Welcome to the Cellercise family, and thank you for joining us tonight. I want to just tell you how much I appreciate the support for all of you who are involved and who are sharing it with other people, and so supportive. We're going to be reading some customer reviews tonight. We've got some really good ones. And Fred is one of them. Fred is calling me up almost every week to let me know about his progress, just words of encouragement, just letting me know how he's doing, and just very supportive, as so many of you are. So I want to thank all of you for that support. It means the world. The Cellerciser, it's being recognized more and more as a program that really works. It gives results. We have to have some resistance if we want to build up muscle mass, move the lymph system, and more people are coming on board. So I see all these other units that are out there, and although they don't perform the same, they don't give the same kind of support, they're helping to introduce people to the benefits that are associated with rebounding on a good unit. And many of them are making their way to us. And so a lot of that has to do with you and the comments and the reviews that you give. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so let's start with some customer reviews. If you have any questions, please feel free to type the questions in. Justice, my son, is in the background here. He'll feed those questions to me. And if you have any stories you want to share, please, we appreciate the customer reviews because they're motivating to all of us. So we're going to go over the customer reviews, we'll do the questions, and then we're going to do a new routine, and it's based upon one of the routines my daughter really likes, and so we've modified it a little bit, and it's going to be intermediate to advanced. So it's going to be intense, and you're welcome to bounce with us and do something gentle as we get going, but I know this one's going to be intense even for me. All right, so Fred writes, hello all. The 1017 routine, Mr. Rebounder app, module number 7. This involves the 1418 routine, Christine Hanks routine YouTube video. At the 20-minute 46 mark routine, the fat eradicator number 1, and he goes on with several. We'll end up posting this. He says, I started this routine on Tuesday, August 19th. I actually watched the video on YouTube with Dave and Christine performing it together, as it helps me keep going. During this week, I noticed a little twinge, if you will, in the outer part of my right knee. By the second day, August 21st, the twinge was completely gone, never to return until this day. I performed this routine 5 times each morning. I also stayed hydrated with the distilled water that I make and the solutions added to it. Week number 2, I did the same routine, stayed hydrated, and I noticed even during week 1 that my cardio had gotten better. I didn't feel winded going up the stairs anymore. I noticed that my bloating had gone down in a tremendous amount, and I had become more flexible in many ways. At the end of week 2, I noticed that my veins in my arms were way more visible, and the one that goes up the bicep is not only showing a bit, but is flexible and moving like Dave's does, if you've ever seen his videos of him demonstrating the veins when he's doing speeches. My bowel movements are more frequent, and I used to take formula number 1 from Dr. Schultz, a customer of ours, which is awesome, by the way, but I found even when I just take 1 pill of that is too much. So I know that the twisting movement, which is the second most important movement Dave teaches, is what helped me with this. A plus to this is I went from 249 pounds to 241 pounds, 8 pounds in 2 weeks. Week 3, week of September 1st, the 1418 routine, Christine Hanks routine YouTube video. Thank you, Christine, for this one. This one has the jogging for 3 minutes straight, and then the Jamba walk for 3 minutes straight. This routine, when done for the first time and not having been Cellercising, is very tough and will have you winded, and you will have to stop the Jamba walk midway through to get more oxygen to those thighs, knees, and glutes. However, because the 10-17 routine has a Jamba walk in it, and I've done it so much at this point, I was able to continuously complete the Jamba walk for the full 3 minutes workout, resting the first try. So I know I've gotten stronger from the first 2 weeks. Guys, I did this routine 3 times each morning. How I know the routine is sticking is that I don't have as much sweat on me when completing the sets. But just because there's no sweat, it does not mean your body is not benefiting from the movements. And that's an important point I'd like to point out. Fred mentions is that sweating just means the body's overheating. And that's how the body cools itself down. And when you're not overheating as much, you're not going to sweat as much. The body becomes more conditioned, you'll sweat less. So please, I suggest that you don't have that line of thinking, which is done so with typical exercising. Saturday, September 6th, the 20-minute 46 routine, the Fat Eradicator number 1. That's the one we're going to play off of today. Okay, so that's the, it's 20 minutes, 46 seconds. It's the Fat Eradicator number 1 YouTube video with Debbie. Okay, here's where I humbled myself. The routine has around 5 sets of Jamba run in it. I was able to do them all without stopping at all. Because of this, I figured I will do this 5 times as well. However, after completing it twice, right before I started the 3rd set, my mind told me this is the last one. I adhered to it. I felt so good, generated a lot of heat despite having on 2 fans in my room. My shirt was drenched after removing it for a shower. After showering, this is where I'm glad I listened to my body. My right elbow and left knee started to have not pain, but noticeable feeling in it, more like soreness, but a good one. It was enough for me to scale back on the Fat Eradicator the way I did it yesterday. Yet, I still feel great. All in all, if you're on the fence of acquiring a Cellerciser, just do it. My suggestion is that is your mind to make the decision and do it and keep going, and also the distilled water and the minerals in it. Again, these are suggestions, as I don't like telling people what to do. I just encourage you, whomever lays their eyes on this review of mine, if you're serious and you want to change in your life, this is the best way to do it, bar none. It is a good base foundation to other trainings that you may do as well, which is what I'm planning to do myself for more muscle definition. I don't have any photos yet. Well, I do, and they are just the before pictures. And yes, I'm not ready to share them just yet, haha. Once I have the after pictures, hopefully I'll be able to just update this review with them and share the results. I want to thank you, Dave, you and your family, for being an inspiration and a great help to those of us who are in need of things like this. This won't be my last review. As always, I say, it's never goodbye, but to be continued. And that's what he says on the phone when he calls me, to be continued. All right, thanks, Fred. Thank you for the words of encouragement. And we will get this posted so you can see the routines that he is specifically working on and how you can find those on the Mr. Rebounder app. Maricela writes, Maricela, when I first began jumping on a trampoline, I loved it. I bought a nice trampoline, not a Cellerciser, and I was doing it daily, but eventually I started having ankle pain. I learned this was happening because my feet were rolling inwards, pronating as they landed on the trampoline. That's when they turn in. It was then that I learned about Cellerciser and how it's built with standards above all those other trampolines that have fancy marketing but poor standards. Oh, thank you. So I invested into a Cellerciser, and I'm so glad I did. Exclamation point, all capitalized. No more ankle pain, exclamation points. And this trampoline is built to last. It has survived traveling and moving. This is the last trampoline you will ever need to buy. Given that too often things, cars, washing machines, etc., are built to break down or wear down, planned obsolescence, so you are forced to buy another one, it is refreshing when companies such as Cellercise build their products to last. And that's what we're seeing is happening. There's so many people that with the other units are having to constantly replace parts, and they don't last. And it's never been about, with me, it's never been about the money. It's been about how do we help the people. And this is what I would do for myself. It was what I did for myself, and decided let's make this quality of piece of equipment that works available to the public. So, plus Dave Hall, the creator of Cellerciser, is down-to-earth, kind, and humble man who had a vision for creating a product and a company to impact the lives of people everywhere. Mission accomplished, Dave. He truly cares about people and their well-being. I know this from speaking to him myself. This is a kind of man and company that we all need to support. Plus, the health benefits are second to none. A Cellerciser truly should be in every home. Maricela, that's beautiful, and thank you, and I agree with you. Yes, Justice.
We have a question. This is really cool.
Sure.
Roger said, my daughter-in-law, 43 years old, has a, oh, it keeps going up. My daughter, 43 years old, has a child rheumatoid arthritis.
Rheumatoid arthritis.
She's been bouncing 4 months, 16 to 20 minutes. She's regaining flexibility in her limbs, arms, hands, and feet. Her hands are in a completely curved position to the inside of her hands. But thanks for the use of the Cellerciser over the last 4 months, for the first time in their marriage since they were married when they were 18 to 20, my son and daughter-in-law can hold hands. She can also tie her own shoe, and she has gained about 2.5 inches in height. Because she's able to reach and because she is more flexible and upright, this should be a huge encouragement to people who already have arthritis, that just by using a Cellerciser, they can change their body to gain more flexibility and movement and energy. Thank you, Dave, for your invention.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Let's get a copy of that, and we'll post that as well. But you know, people that are having joint issues, the movement up and down on the Cellerciser has the resistance to move fluid. We have to move the fluid. We have to pump the lymph system. If it's too soft, we don't pump effectively at all. There has to be resistance to move the fluid through the one-way valves. And once we get that fluid moving, and the lymphatic system is vacuuming out or pulling, it sucks, literally, the circulation through the tissue spaces, then we move the bones and joints. And as we move them, and we're moving up and down, we're helping to feed that circulation through all those joints. And that's so beautiful. That's what we're doing this for. Things like that. I'm so grateful to hear, and I look forward to hearing more about that progress. So thank you. Okay. Shanice writes, rebounding has completely changed my life, and I feel absolutely amazing. It's been 239 days of rebounding. My body is transformed in so many ways. I'm stronger, better balanced, more toned, and endurance and stamina continue to get stronger. More flexibility as well. It's my warm-up before Pilates and cardio afterwards. Even if I don't do Pilates, I must do 20 minutes. And some days it's 10 to 15 minutes. Those 10 minutes may sound small, but they are mighty. And that's so true. When you do that consistently, you'll see tremendous results. All of the benefits of Cellercise's website are correct, no fluff. The second day of rebounding, it helped me pass out a stone. It helped my herbal blend circulate better throughout my body. I see major differences. My wellness supplements work better because of rebounding on the Cellerciser. So I say all of that to say, if you already have it, keep using it, or use it more if that's happening. If you're thinking about buying it, yes, it's the best on the market. And Dave is a kind man, excellent customer service. Thank you for making such an amazing rebounder and changing so many lives. Shanice, thank you so much for sharing that, and I'm so grateful that you're getting those benefits. I think this is something we all need to do for the rest of our lives. Marie writes, I've had mine for over 25 years also. 25 years, quarter of a century. Love it. That's older than my unit in my office, 22 years old. I have Cellercise and I haven't done anything to mine. Still looks new. I jump almost daily except for rehabs after surgeries. More and more people are starting to realize how good rebounding is. They should be in every gym. Thank you, Marie. Sandra writes, just received my Cellerciser. I've had a B can for several years. First thing I noticed was there was more give with Cellercise. And what she means by that is you're able to put more energy into the spring, because we have to work on it. We put the energy into the spring, that spring absorbs all that energy, and it just brings it right back to you. Rocio writes, I've had my celly for 16 months. I had a knee injury in January. When physical therapy didn't work, my celly did. My stomach is flattened too. Rocio, thank you so much for sharing that. All right, we got a few questions. Roger writes, those are great, guys. Those are great. Those make the difference. You never know who's going to be listening to that and who's going to be affected. And hopefully we can share it with people from time to time that might benefit as well. So Roger writes, 4 weeks ago, fractured my C7 vertebrae and neck. I asked doctor if I could do gentle health bounce on rebounder. He said yes. Then asked, what is that? It is bothering the nerve that goes down my right shoulder to elbow, then right hand and thumb. At times I have tingling, and if I try to use a mouse, I get pain in thumb and lose grip. Doctor said it's normal for this fracture. Any other moves I could do with the right arm hand? They said basically I got a football terms blindsided tackled. I was turned to the left when the airbag was deployed in the wreck. Okay. So there are movements that are gentle and effective in the neck area, and we've seen some of them, and they're good for all of us to do anyway, from time to time. And again, taking the thumb, putting it around the vertebrae, and gently, as you move up and down, the cells expand and contract, the fluids moving up and down, tissues are being massaged just by doing this. That's great. That promotes healing, circulation, and strength and flexibility. All of that is happening. But when we take our fingertips and we start to massage that vertebrae and just kind of move our neck a little bit one direction, move it a little bit the other direction, gently tilt. We're trying to open up the vertebral joints, increase circulation to the damaged areas so that we can promote faster healing. Very gentle. Don't torque, don't do anything hard. It's just very gentle massaging so that we can help increase that circulation back to the disc and to the vertebral joints and to the bones so that they get stronger and heal faster as well. Yes, Justice.
Roger wanted just to say that this is Cindy, not Roger, about the C7.
Oh, Cindy, thank you. Have a pen?
There's a pencil in the back.
Yep, good. All right. They put it down well. Thank you, Cindy. Keep me posted and feel free to call if I can help. Debbie writes, I recently fell and fractured my left ankle of my right foot. Oh, know what that's like. And tore the tendons in both feet. I have 2 Cellercisers and I feel so depressed I can't bounce. Besides the great things it does for your body, I didn't realize just how much it was helping me mentally. We need to talk about that. It was a great stress reliever, an all-around mood elevator. What can I do without standing? I'm almost lost without being able to rebound. All right, Debbie, I can relate to that. I've broken both my ankles. They had to pin and redo all the tendons in one. I've crushed the metatarsals on the top of my foot. And it took time. It takes time. But one of the things that I did the last time I broke this ankle is I stood on the Cellerciser, and you could hold crutches or when I was traveling, and I just bounce like this to begin with. You're going to get benefits and tighten your stomach muscles because you're torquing the body a little bit, but the movement up and down is moving fluid up and down. You're still having that pumping action. That pumping action promotes faster healing. In fact, and you've heard my story, I think when I was when I broke my ankle in 2 places. I was supposed to be at the University of Guam the following week, and the doctors all said, no, you can't go to Guam, you're going to have a cast on. And I said, well, I'm going to Guam, so what else can we do? And he said, well, we can wrap it and put a boot on it, but they didn't recommend it. And I said, well, let's wrap it and put a boot on it, because I was going to go. And I was hopping around stage with my crutches with fairly decent balance, and it was painful. It was the worst trip I ever made. But as far as the pain, but what I would do is I'd hang it over the side, and I'd bounce until I got to the point where I could just put a little bit of weight on, or just stick it right next to it. And doctors know bones and muscles heal faster and grow stronger when exposed to some stress. That's the idea behind the walking cast. That's what physical therapy they're working to do as quickly as they comfortably can. Well, it healed so fast that the doctor, I know his name. I want to say Dr. Fran, but it's actually became my customer. So that's just a testimony. So you don't have to not do it. There's other things you can do as well. If that's bothering you, is to sit down on the Cellerciser, put the foot up on a couch or a chair, and then just bounce up and down like this. And you're still getting the benefits. And it's still, I mean, when you take away your hands, and it's all being done here. So that's another benefit. So let's keep you excited and healthy and healing faster. Anonymous writes, if you wanted to freestyle and make up your own routine on the rebounder, which moves would you include to help lose inches and tone the inner and outer thighs and glutes? And that's a good question. So if you want, there's really 2 parts to that question. There's the weight loss, and then there's the toning. So the weight loss is done like what we're going to do tonight. This is going to burn calories, especially if you did it regularly. It's intense, but it burns calories. The toning is going to be more of some of the movements. So the jumbo walk is going to tone these muscles, the sides of the muscles, the ski patrol as you're jumping side to side, and then the lower back and the buttocks are the ones where you lean forward, holding on the Cellerciser, and just kick your legs out behind you. As I come down, all those muscles are tight, and that's going to work that. And then the squats. So the squats, you see me do it. I like to put the Cellerciser close to a couch or a chair where I can put both hands on it. You can do it with the balance bar. You just have to position yourself a little differently each time. But that's just jumping up, coming down, jumping up, coming down, jumping up, coming down. And that's really going to strengthen all those big muscles as well. Any other questions, Justice? Okay, are you ready? This is going to be, I call this the fat eradicator with high interval intensity training, or high intensity interval training as well. So this is a tough one, but we're going to do it in a way that we could do. In fact, I'm going to have 2 versions of this on the Mr. Rebounder app. So we'll have it in the intermediate section, where instead of the jump or run, where we're running really, really fast, or the sprint, you can do it moderately. You can do the jumbo walk, or you can just run moderately. So we'll start off with the baby bounce, the health bounce, to warm up all the tissue. Very important. We'll do the hip rock to warm up some of the joints. Then we'll do the power breathing to oxygenate the body, get that oxygen in that system, open up the bronchial tubes and the lungs. And then we're going to sprint for 1 minute. Now, when you sprint, you do it, you're not competing with anybody but yourself. So you do it to where you're comfortable and where you want to push yourself. It's intense, okay? You want to lift your knees up and tighten your core. And if you don't want to run, sprint real fast, jog. Just jog. That's still a good aerobic activity. Remember, we have 3 forces working on the body, not just one. This isn't like treadmill running. This isn't like going out running on the ground. you've got opposing gravity. You have G forces working on you. If you've ever been on a trampoline, you know what I'm talking about, because it's intense. You get tired quickly. You have the forces of acceleration and deceleration and resistance or gravity. So you've got, that's a great program without the jarring effect. So you're just working the whole body. Okay, then we'll do the sprint intense. I like to count the right leg and see how many times the right leg comes down, and that's kind of how I compete with myself. After that, we're going to have, should have been a minute of health bounce. I've got it for 45 seconds. We'll change that. We'll do 45 seconds of the health bounce. You breathe hard, get the oxygen back into the body, because after that, we're going to do the Jamba run. And that's going to burn a lot of fuel. You're using the big muscles. After the Jamba run, then we're going to do the health bounce again, 45 seconds. So we'll catch up, get more oxygen in the body. The cells need the oxygen to burn the calories. We're going to do that. And if you're not comfortable doing the Jamba walk or Jamba run, do the Jamba walk. After the health bounce, then we'll do the Jamba run again. And then when we're catching our oxygen after the Jamba run, we'll do the hip rock. But we'll be breathing in, trying to get that oxygen. And we'll do a power breathing again, and then we're going to do a sprint. We're going to do another sprint. So you can challenge yourself to that sprint. And the second time we do this sprint, now we're going to take a minute off for the health bounce. You're going to be breathing in and out and then getting that oxygen in that system again. Remember, this is high intensity interval training. Then after that, we're going to do the Jamba run again for a minute. Then we're going to do the twist for 45 seconds as we're catching our breath, and we're working all those internal organs and smooth muscles. Then we're going to do the Jamba run again as intense. Then we're going to do the hip rock for 30 seconds, and we're going to do the Jamba run again. We're burning fuel. We'll do the baby health bounce for 45 seconds, catching our breath. Then we're going to do the Jamba walk. So we're starting to cool down a little bit. We're going to do the Jamba walk for a minute. Then we're going to do the health bounce for 30 seconds. Then we'll do the Jamba walk for another minute. Then we'll do the twist for 45 seconds. Then we'll do a sprint moderate for a minute. And then the health bounce for a minute. So that routine is going to take us 20, I think it was about, let's go back. It's about 20 minutes. Okay, go back to my workouts. Okay, it's there. All right. And yeah, 20 minutes, 9 seconds. So, are we ready? Let's do this. And it's ambitious, but we can do it. All right, now I don't know if the sound is working on this just as it wasn't earlier, but we can try it. And let's see. There is no sound. Oh, come on. Okay, give me one moment. I'm going to turn this on and off again and see if I can get the sound so I can keep the energy. In the meantime, we can be doing the baby bounce, the health bounce. That's great. It's warming up the tissue. It's getting the lymph system flowing. And we can be doing that while I get ready. Yes, Justice?
Sylvia says, where is this routine going to be? In the advanced section?
Both. We're going to have a version for the advanced section, and we're going to have a version for the intermediate section. So they'll be just a little bit different. Or just one's more intense than the other. It'll be the Jamba walk instead of the Jamba run, or the moderate sprint instead of the intense sprint. Okay, so now that we know we got the music working, we're going to start it again. And all right. I still don't know why it worked, but it's all right. Okay, Now when you're doing the baby bounce, you want to increase the intensity, just tighten the stomach muscles as well. Tighten muscles on your body because it's just going to make them more defined. You keep putting weight on them as you create resistance as well. And that's what I do too. And if you want to get the natural facelift, kind of smile with your cheeks, smile with the cheeks, and hold that position while the skin flexes around the muscle. All right. Okay, the hip rock. Loosen up those joints. Now you'll be able to take this routine if you want and modify it. So on the Mr. Rebounder app, there's a little clone button. And when you hit that clone button in the top right-hand corner, it clones the whole thing. You give it a new name, and then you can remove certain movements and then add other movements. And then, yeah, you put it in your own routine. Okay, when we're done with this, we're going to be doing the power breathing to get the oxygen in our system, and then we're going to sprint. Okay. Okay, breathe. Go at a comfortable pace. I think that was like a 126 count, which is average. Okay, jumbo run. This is using the biggest muscles of the body, and it is consistent. It's really intense. If you want it more intense, you can go ahead and lift your feet up off the mat a little bit, or just go faster into the mat. You're pushing down. I hope you're feeling it. You should be. 4, 3, 2, 1, baby bounce. Breathe. Kind of lift those heels up and down a little bit to pump that calf muscle and increase that circulation, fuel, Back to the big muscles. One of the neat things about Cellercise, it strengthens the cell membrane, so it's also more resistant to viruses. Chamba run. And if you want more out of this, tighten that buttock some. Tighten the buttocks, tighten the legs, just. This is really working the front part of the knee. I like to do squats when we're done, just to open up the knee a little bit more and increase flexibility. This is very intense, but there's not a lot of movement in the knee area. Five seconds to go. All right, hip rock and breathe. Oxygen is a catalyst to burn the calories and utilize nutrients. So we want to keep the body oxygenated. Oh, I meant to put on our little monitor. I can see how many calories we're burning. Guess what comes next? All right. Okay, 120 that time. Breathe. Remember, you don't have to go that intense. It will still work. But for those of you who are younger or athletes, you can go faster. Okay, Jamba run. We're working big muscles. And we're burning. I mean, this is really increasing our metabolism. And you're still there, you're doing great. And if you're just doing a baby bounce while we do this, that's great too. 30 seconds, halfway through. It's like here we get the second wind, some of us, and it's just like, all right, bring it on, it feels good. Five seconds. All right, twist and breathe. Now you're working all the smooth muscles too, which is great. That's digestion, elimination, liver, kidneys, spleen, gallbladder, pancreas, adrenals, lower back. The one thing, the wireless module, I forgot to connect it. It will tell you what the next movement's going to be and how much time in the whole routine. So it counts it down. You're going to burn some calories tonight. What do you think, Justice? Yeah? Jamba walk is good too. It's very intense. "30 seconds, halfway through it. "15 seconds. 5 seconds. Doing good. All right, hip rock. Breathe. Okay, Jamba run. Push your knees out. Don't let them come in. Keep them spread apart so we can strengthen the proper alignment too. Yeah, I'm glad we got the music going. It's better. We could change it, but 30 seconds, a little less. Work it. "15 seconds. Keep that back straight. It keeps the weight over the thigh. Baby bounce. Breathe. If you're sweating, that's good. It's okay. Means you're really working it. "20 seconds. Should feel good. "5 seconds. Okay, Jamba walk. Jamba walk, you pick your foot up a little bit and you push down into the mat. And if you want to, you can keep doing a Jamba run. This feels easy after the Jamba run. 30 seconds. "15 seconds. If you sit down a little further, you make it a little harder. 2, 1, 0. Baby bounce, 30 seconds. You can tighten those buttocks, you can tighten that stomach, and you get better results. Okay, jumbo walk for 1 minute. Now, if you want to do the jumbo run, you can do that too, but we're going to cool down. Getting close, 30 seconds to go. Good job. Five. Okay, twist and breathe. Now when you do this twist, you can also do it right in the hip joint area. Okay, moderate, just gentle jog. Work on lifting those knees up if you can. Seconds to go. We are almost done. Okay, 1 minute, cool down. All right, guys. As of next week, I will have been cellercising, gosh, for over half my life. Yeah, over half my life. So, it's been called the closest thing to the fountain of youth yet devised by man. Cellercise Works. And as many of you know, if you find this program was helpful, share it with your friends. On our YouTube channel, it'll be posted and probably tomorrow, and you can share it with others. And then we'll have the Mr. Rebounder app up and running on the Mr. Rebounder program. We'll see if we can do it tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow the following day. So look for that. Thank you for being a part of the Cellercise family, for making a difference, for being a difference. I want to share one more thing. And that's, we went through some really, wow, we're going through some really tough times. And it's been a prayer in my heart for many years, and I've shared it publicly, that God will guide and direct me in my world activities and affairs, the thoughts and the desires of my heart. Help me see things not as men do, but as you want me to. Help me become the person you most want me to be. Lift me up so I can lift up others. And help me that I may be a servant among my brothers and sisters in helping them reach their greater physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional health. When I started this program, it wasn't for any reason other than to help others, because I knew what I'd been through. I've not lost that vision. It's the same today. It's what can I do to make a difference in somebody else's life? If we all have that attitude, we'd have a whole different world in which to live. I've said that we are not going to create a healthier world for ourselves or our posterity as long as we continue to focus on treating the symptoms of illness. Can't do it. It's a dead end. When we fight against that which is wrong, we are sucked in to anger and frustration and despair and depression and anxiety, all these negative emotions. And yet, if we look in the world today, that's exactly what's happening. There's this division that is continuing to grow, and contention and division among all of God's children. And I believe we are all God's children. I know that. And the only way we're going to make a difference, become the difference, is when we stop fighting against that which we believe is wrong and start promoting that which we believe is right. There's a difference in energy. See, when we fight against what we believe is wrong, look at human history. It doesn't help us get to the objective, to love and peace and joy and happiness and support for each other. It doesn't happen. It's a dead end. We need to focus on the most powerful attributes that we can develop within ourselves, which is love, kindness, again, support. And we're going to be challenged. You bet. We're being challenged in these days. Many of us believe we're in the latter days. And the most important thing we can do is become what we can be, to be a difference, to make a difference. And thank you for that. You are making a difference. And I pray that you will be blessed for it. Thank you. We'll see you in a couple weeks. If you have anything specific you'd like us to work on, please write it, send it to us. Let us figure out what we can do to best support you. And remember, we don't have to work out. We know how to play in. Thank you.